Part 1. Let them. Imagine receiving a message from someone you care about. The words are brief, the tone feels cold, and suddenly, your mind begins working overtime. Did I say something wrong? Are they upset with me? Should I explain myself? Should I send another message? Should I try to fix whatever just happened? Within minutes, one person's behavior has taken control of your entire emotional world. You are no longer living your day. You are living inside their reaction. This is where Mel Robbins begins. The let them theory. With a simple idea that sounds almost too small to matter. Let them. If people misunderstand you, let them. If they choose not to invite you, let them. If they judge your decisions, let them. If they refuse to change, let them. At first, this may sound passive, almost like giving up. But the book's argument is not that you should stop caring about people. It is that you should stop trying to control what was never yours to control. Because much of our stress does not come from what other people do. It comes from our desperate belief that they should be doing something different. They should understand us. They should appreciate us. They should communicate better. They should make the choice we would make. They should become the person we need them to be. And when they do not, we begin negotiating with reality. We explain more. We chase harder. We overthink every word. We perform emotional labor for relationships that may not be meeting us halfway. But no amount of anxiety can force another person to become ready. No perfect sentence can make someone value what they have already decided to overlook. No act of self-abandonment can create genuine love. So the words "let them" become a boundary between two worlds. What belongs to them and what belongs to you? Suppose your friends make plans without you. Your first reaction may be hurt. That hurt is real. Let them does not require you to pretend otherwise. It means you allow their decision to reveal information. Perhaps it was an oversight. Perhaps the friendship has changed. Perhaps you have been investing in a closeness that no longer exists in the same form. Instead of immediately chasing reassurance, you observe. You allow people to show you their priorities. And then you decide what that information means for your own life. This is one of the book's most useful ideas. Other people's behavior is data. It tells you what they value, what they are capable of, what they are willing to give, and sometimes what they are not willing to give. When we constantly interfere, excuse, rescue, convince, and pursue, we prevent ourselves from seeing the relationship clearly. Let them removes the fog. Let them cancel repeatedly. Let them avoid the difficult conversation. Let them choose convenience over commitment, not because their behavior is acceptable, but because reality becomes much easier to respond to once you stop rewriting it. This applies not only to friendship, but to family. Many adults spend years trying to earn the approval of parents who may never express it in the way they need. They shape careers, marriages, appearances, and entire lives around an invisible audience. But perhaps freedom begins with a painful recognition. Some people may never give you the response you hoped for. Let them be disappointed. Let them hold an opinion you cannot repair. Let them tell a story about your life that is incomplete. Their interpretation is not your identity, and this becomes even more difficult when the person is someone you love deeply. A partner, a sibling, or an adult child. Love creates the illusion that concern gives us control. We say, "I am only trying to help," but help can quietly become pressure. Advice can become intrusion. Protection can become control. Sometimes the most respectful thing you can do is allow another adult to experience the consequences of their own choices. Let them make the decision. Let them learn. Let them take responsibility for the life that belongs to them. This does not mean abandoning someone in danger. It does not mean tolerating cruelty, abuse, or repeated disrespect. Healthy detachment is not silent suffering. You can leave. You can say no. You can protect yourself. You can name harmful behavior clearly. Let them is not a command to stay where you are being damaged. It is permission to stop believing you can control another person into becoming safe. The deeper lesson is that control often disguises fear. We try to control people because uncertainty frightens us. If they behave as expected, we feel secure. If they approve of us, we feel worthy. If they stay close, we feel safe. But then, our peace depends on conditions we cannot guarantee. We hand the keys to our inner life to everyone around us, and we call that connection. The book asks us to consider another form of connection, one that allows people to be real, not the idealized versions we created, not the roles we assigned them, but the people they are currently choosing to be. That truth can hurt, but false hope often hurts for much longer. So let them is not cold. It is clarity. It is the moment you stop standing outside a locked door, explaining why someone should open it. It is the moment you turn around and remember that an entire life exists behind you. But this is only half of the theory, because letting other people make their choices is not enough. Because letting other people make their choices is not enough. After saying let them, you must say something else. 2 words that return your power to you. Let me. And that is where the real work begins. Taking your life back. Let them creates distance between you and what you cannot control. But distance alone does not create a better life. You can stop chasing someone and still spend every night thinking about them. You can stop arguing with your family and remain consumed by resentment. You can accept that people have made their choices and still refuse to make your own. This is why the second half of the idea matters more than the first. Let me. Let them judge me. Let me decide whether their judgment contains anything useful. Let them leave. Let me grieve honestly and rebuild a life that does not require their return. Let them misunderstand me. Let me communicate clearly once, without spending the next year defending myself. Let them live according to their values. Let me live according to mine. Let me moves the story away from helplessness. It asks a question that anxiety rarely asks. What is actually within my control now? Not yesterday, not their mind, not the outcome you wanted. Now, perhaps you cannot control whether someone includes you, but you can control whether you continue begging for a place in rooms that repeatedly make you feel unwanted. You can deepen another friendship. You can initiate plans. You can create community instead of waiting to be chosen by it. Perhaps you cannot control whether your partner communicates honestly, but you can decide what kind of communication you require in a healthy relationship. You can state your needs. You can observe whether actions match promises, and you can decide what you will do if the pattern continues. This is where boundaries become important. A boundary is not, you must change. A boundary is, if this continues, here is what I will do. One tries to control another person. The other takes responsibility for your own participation. This distinction changes everything, because many of us call something a boundary when it is actually an ultimatum designed to produce obedience. Real boundaries do not guarantee another person will respond well. They clarify what you will choose even if they do not. That requires courage. It is easier to spend months analyzing someone else than to make one difficult decision ourselves. Why? Because focusing on them delays the moment when we must face ourselves. Their behavior may be painful, but our response carries responsibility. Let me asks whether we are willing to become the person our own life requires. Let me stop sending the message. Let me apologize where I was wrong. Let me seek professional help. Let me leave the role of victim without denying that I was genuinely hurt. Let me stop waiting for closure from someone who has shown no interest in giving it. Let me create closure through acceptance. The theory also changes the way we respond to criticism. Suppose someone dislikes the way you live. Let them. But then ask, let me examine this honestly. Not every criticism is true, but not every criticism is useless either. Emotional freedom is not pretending that nobody's opinion matters. It is learning to separate useful feedback from someone else's projection. You can listen without surrendering your identity. You can change without admitting that you were worthless before. You can remain yourself without becoming defensive about every imperfection. And then there is comparison. Someone your age becomes more successful. Someone you know buys the house you wanted. A friend appears to be living the life you imagined for yourself. Let them succeed. Let them celebrate. Let them be seen. Their progress is not proof that your life has failed. Then say, let me notice what their success awakens in me. Is it envy? Grief? Ambition? A dream I abandoned? Comparison can become poison when it is used to judge your worth, but it can become information when it reveals a desire you have been afraid to acknowledge. The same principle applies to your children, especially when they become adults. You may see mistakes approaching before they do. Every instinct may tell you to interfere, but love does not always mean removing every obstacle. Sometimes love means remaining available without taking over. Let them develop their own judgment. Let them carry responsibilities appropriate to their age. Let them discover that choices have consequences. And let me be a source of support, not a manager of their entire existence. This may be one of the hardest forms of love, staying close without gripping, caring without controlling, offering wisdom without demanding obedience. The let them theory is attractive because it sounds simple, but living it requires emotional maturity. You must tolerate being misunderstood. You must survive the discomfort of not fixing everything. You must allow silence to remain silent. You must watch people choose differently from you. And then, you must resist the temptation to build your whole life around their choices. The danger, of course, is using let them as a weapon, a way to become emotionally unavailable, a slogan for avoiding honest conversations, a reason to disappear instead of communicating. But that misses the point. The theory does not say, never address a problem. It says, address what is yours and stop trying to control what is theirs. Have the conversation. Make the request. Tell the truth. Listen carefully, but after you have communicated clearly, recognize that the other person still has agency. They may rise to the moment. They may disappoint you. They may leave. And then the question returns. What will you choose? This is why the real message of the book is not stop caring. It is care without surrendering your life. Love people. Encourage them. Tell them the truth. Show up generously. But do not make their approval the price of your peace. Do not make their change the condition of your growth. Do not place your future inside hands that have never agreed to carry it. Let them reveal themselves. Let them make their choices. Let them walk their path. And then, let yourself return to yours. Because the life you keep trying to manage in other people may be the very life you have been neglecting within yourself. So here is the final question. Who are you still trying to control, convince, rescue, or change? And what might become possible if you let them be who they are, and finally allowed yourself to become who you are? Soul Pages English. Timeless books, powerful ideas, a deeper life.